Welcome back. Today we're going to go through the first couple of tools on the toolbar, move and selection. Move tool is going to let you move elements around your work area, move selections from selecting a picture, part of a picture into a document, and then your selections are going to let you select or choose a specific part of a layer or a picture to use. So what we're going to do is we're going to move selections from the picture we opened into the document we opened. All right. Before we start working with the tools, in your layers list here, all right, here is our layer. Right now it's background. For us to be able to manipulate it, to move it, all right, we have to convert it to a regular layer. All right, for us to do that, if we click on the lock here, double click on it, it will turn from background to layer 0. All right, now we can go ahead and first with the move tool, just to show you, move tool selected here. All right. And then we can click on the layer, the graphic that we have opened, and just move it around in here. All right. So our selection tools, we have 3 groups, and a group of tools are just similar tools that are hidden together with each other. So our first selection tool is going to be our rectangle marquee tool. And to see all the tools in the group, if you left click and hold down on the first tool that you see in the toolbar, you'll see the different ones that are behind the default one. So rectangle marquee also has elliptical, single row, single column. All right, we are going to choose rectangle marquee. With these marquee tools, you're going to be able to make kind of a geometric selection, a shape, a rectangle or square or an oval or circle. To make a selection in your work here area on this picture here, you're going to left click and hold down and then drag out diagonally however you want. All right, and what I'm trying to do is select this monitor in the middle here. All right, and you can see as I'm dragging the mouse out here, you'll see kind of a dotted line of what your selection would be. All right, release your mouse, and then you'll get the animated dotted line, the marching ants there of what your selection will be. All right, to move a selection into a different document, a different file, all right, you first have to remember to select the move tool. So we're going to go back up here to the top of our toolbar and select the move tool. We're going to come down into the middle of our selection, left click and hold down, and then we're going to drag up without letting go of our left mouse button up to our documents panel here. Once we hover the mouse over, it will automatically flip over, as you see. Still holding down the left mouse, we're going to drag it and then drop it in the middle of this work area here. All right. And as you can see, we just have a rectangle selection here. All right, if you want to quickly select something, then this marquee selection tool may be the best one for you. All right, but you'll notice that if I'm trying to just select that original monitor, that middle monitor, there's parts of it, and even if I didn't do it as big, there would still be parts of that background and not just the monitor that may be selected. All right, so we can come back to our picture here. All right, we want to deselect this and make a new selection. We're going to come up to our select menu and then deselect, and that's going to take away the selection in our work area here. Our next group of selection tools are going to be our lasso tools. So these are going to let you make a kind of a free form draw your own selection. So I'm going to choose lasso tool. All right, and then for this one, you're going to do the selection, you're going to left click and hold down, and you're going to drag around the edge that you would like to select. And I'm kind of going fast. And then when you get back to the beginning, just release the left mouse and you'll see you have your marching ants in the selection there. All right, and I'm gonna zoom in on it, and you can see that we have a not very good selection. I was going quickly, my mouse doesn't move that well, and you can see that I selected on the inside, the outside of the monitor, and I went way too wide on this side, way too wide on this side. All right. What I'm going to do is grab the move tool and just move this real quick. Move tool, left click in here, hold left click mouse button down, and drop it onto our work area here. All right. Go up to select, choose deselect. All right. We can improve our selection in that lasso group. All right. We have polygonal lasso tool, and then our magnetic lasso tool. What these are going to do is kind of snap to or magnet to a specific pixel that you put your selection on. All right, a color of a pixel that you put your selection on. All right, and when we're cutting out with these two, the polygonal is going to make straight lines. So it may be okay to work with if it's something like the monitor here. But I'm going to go ahead and choose magnetic. All right, and as we know, magnets work when they get close to each other, they stick to each other. So that's kind of what it's going to do on the specific color that we want to select. It's going to see that color, and it's going to snap to that color that we click on. All right, this one's going to be a little bit different. We're just going to click to start, and we're just going to run the mouse along the edge of what we want selected. And I'm going to click every so often to set one of those anchor points. I'm going a little bit slower this time. I'll speed up. An important thing when we get back to the beginning here, and I'm hovering over that first anchor point that I set, all right, you'll get the icon for the magnetic lasso tool, and you'll also get a kind of circle to the diagonal to the right from it, meaning you are back at the beginning here. All right, and when you get that, when you have the cursor over the first point that you created, go ahead and click on it, and now we have our selection. All right. This one, besides the point over here on the right side, all right, this one's pretty good. There's a high contrast between the edge of the computer and what's around it, so it's going to make a very good selection around the edge of this one. So I'm going to grab my move tool again, left click and hold down, and drag up over, and then drop it on my work area here. I'm going to put it down here with my lasso tool. Go back to our graphic here, and I'm going to go to select and then deselect. There is another group of selection tools. It's going to be the quick selection tool and the magic wand tool, and they're similar to the magnetic lasso tool, where it looks for the color that you click on, the color of the pixel you click on, and it's going to make the selection go out from there. All right, so I'm going to show you, I'm going to grab the magic wand and show you, all right, but I would be hesitant to use these when we're using raster graphics with a lot of colors and a lot of pixels, because it may not make the exact selection that you want to make. So to use these, I'm just going to click on the outside, click on what I want to select, and you can see here that it's going to select, you know, the outside of the monitor here, the color that I clicked on. It's not going to select this bottom part, and that selection is going to go on to other parts of the picture. It's going to go on to the inside part of the picture here, or inside was on the screen, and select those as well. All right, because it sees the color that I clicked on, that pixel color, and it goes in and makes those selections. All right, so it is very useful if you have one solid color, like if you have a JPEG with, you know, white background around the outside, to be able to select that white background and then maybe delete it, so you can keep just the whatever the picture is about, the actual part of it. All right, so for this one, we're just going to hit go up to select and then deselect to take it away.